You ready? You ready? Let's go, fight!
I'm octagon side with Kenny Florian, and here we go. Quarry in the black trunks, and Caleb Starnes in the white trunks.
Quarry putting pressure on from the very beginning, trying to corner Caleb. Nice body shot by Quarry.
Two Ultimate Fighter veterans colliding here.
Quarry seems a lot looser than he has. He seems lighter on his feet. Usually pretty stiff, pretty unorthodox.
That's the one criticism, if there has been one, that somewhat robotic, if you will.
Quarry is bringing this fight to Caleb. Caleb was running away from him at one point and turned into a running race at one point, and now Quarry has his back to the cage here, trying to avoid the takedown of Caleb Starnes. Quarry's throwing a lot of leg kicks. Doesn't usually throw as many leg kicks.
Well, he's been working his stand-up with Olympic champion Howard Davis Jr., and yeah, he's added the kicks from the knees, and the kicks as well to his arsenal.
Nice
Quarry, as you said,
Quarry.
very, very heavy-handed, but that's some head movement maybe we didn't see in the past. Definitely not when Rich Franklin tagged him.
He's going to need that. A lot of times, Quarry, you know, he's a warrior. He takes a lot of shots in his fights. Now using head movement, you know, using the sweet science of boxing to hit and not be hit. Very nice head movement by Quarry.
We saw how long the legs of Starnes were a second ago. Inside leg kick on that left lead leg of Caleb Starnes from Nate Quarry.
This is the best Nate Quarry that I've seen as far as stand-up goes. He looks great. Caleb's kind of running away. Quarry's really putting the pressure on.
Starnes has never lost in his fights here in his home country. He has one draw in his fights here in Canada and looking to make a successful UFC Canadian debut here tonight.
Quarry's doing a great job of going to the
Much
body.
more fluid, Kenny.
Yes. Bedrick, he just dropped him. Was it a slip?
A little bit of a slip, but he definitely took one there. Now Starnes trying to use the jab and reach out, get inside. Clinch, can he take him down?
Quarry's very good in the clinch. Obviously using his experience, training with Team Quest, punch of good Greco-Roman wrestlers over there. And he is tough to take down.
Well, you watched him on a daily basis when you were a member of the Ultimate Fighter 1 before his injury. Everyone, fighters included, impressed with Nate Quarry.
One thing that stood out to me, as I said before, was that clinch fighting. He was excellent in the over-under position, the 50-50 position that Greco-Roman wrestlers are so well known for. And but he's added a lot more skills since then, Goldie.
Ever evolving, everyone inside this game of mixed martial arts, especially here in the UFC. Under 2 minutes remains in the first round. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. There's that front kick again. Oh, good combination put together by Quarry, and he continues to push. Quarry has Starnes backpedaling big time.
I'm not sure what Caleb's strategy is here. Quarry really bringing the heat, going upstairs, going downstairs with his punches, leg kicks. He looks awesome.
Knee from Starnes, but again, he's got Starnes in retreat mode. Does Nate Quarry pretty much this entire first round. Just missed with that knee.
I don't know if he's trying to tire out Quarry by getting him to chase him, or if he's trying to get him to come forward and bait him in for a takedown.
Oh, we haven't seen him go for it yet, though, Kenny.
I'm a little confused as to what he's trying to do. Quarry really is making this fight right now.
Can that actually tire out your opponent, what you talked about with the back pedal, making him chase you?
Absolutely. As busy as Quarry is, you know, he is in great shape, but, you know, he can only throw punches for so long and move for so long. It could tire Quarry out, but Quarry's continuing to go forward.
Landed that front kick, but answered by a good leg kick from Rock Quarry.
Nice, heavy leg kick by
And
Quarry. There it is
another.
again. He's landing that leg
Followed up.
straight.
Wow, Nate Quarry looks so fluid tonight. A dominating first round turned in.
Oh, let's go. Fight, guys.
Said you delivered one right hand that scored. Keep that jab going, get it started, and throw some more combinations. We saw a ton of combinations from Quarry. Starnes comes forward first.
He peppered that jab out, tried to come through with that right hand that his corner told him about. Quarry's got some heavy hips. He's tough to take down.
Wow, you could see it right there, couldn't you, Kenny?
Absolutely.
Same spot.
Caleb has done nothing to check that kick at this point. He better start checking it, or that movement, that bounce that he has to boxing is going to go away pretty soon.
See if he goes again with the leg kick.
Quarry, well, the reason he's landing it is he's starting it. He's not just throwing the leg kick. He's setting it up with his jabs, with his crosses. He's throwing punches and bunches and finishing with a leg kick.
And again, see, set it up with his jab that time.
Excellent job by Quarry. He really looks great.
Your trainer, Mark Delagrati, says all the time, set it up, start in strong, finish strong.
Absolutely. Delagrati talks about it because it's much harder to counter that. It's much harder to counter it when you're just, if you throw just a leg kick, it's easy to counter. You see it coming, you're telegraphing it, throwing the punches and coming and finishing with the leg kick makes it very difficult to block, even if you can block it.
And he buckled him again there. And as you pointed out, he hasn't really checked any of those kicks.
And it's slowing Caleb down now. It's starting to slow him down. He's not retreating like he was.
Quarry certainly the aggressor here, again in round two.
If I was in Quarry's corner, I would advise him to kind of pin him up against the cage, try to take him down and slow him down on the ground. Maybe he's got a better shot at working his ground and pound because Caleb's kind of running away from him here.
Boom, that's 5 strikes right there, Kenny. Leg kick right in the middle.
Very difficult to win a fight by retreating like that. Very difficult to win a fight by just continuously running away and going backwards.
Just missed with the left uppercut, did Quarry a moment ago.
Where were those kicks from Caleb early? He has a nice leg kick. Should have been throwing it early to slow Quarry down.
And we talked about his good display, even in a loss, of striking his ever-improving striking skills against Belcher.
It's one thing to work it in training and another to do it during a fight. Perhaps his comfort level isn't there yet. He is showing flashes of brilliance. He needs to be confident with his striking out there.
Setting up the leg kick again, Nate Quarry.
Quarry is killing him with that leg kick. Quarry is killing him with that leg kick, opening himself up for a takedown, but he's back to his feet.
Immediately got back up, but finally he timed it, caught the leg, and took Quarry down, but just for a millisecond.
Now that Quarry's landing that leg kick, I would start to work the upstairs. I would start to work the head kick. Caleb does not like getting hit in the leg. Quarry should start taking it upstairs and go up to his head. He's dropping that hand too. He should take it upstairs and surprise him with a head kick. Heavy hips by Quarry, heavy hips.
And again, this looks like a brand new Nate Quarry.
He looks great.
And it didn't seem just visibly by looking at him yesterday that the cut was very easy. You wondered if there would be some fatigue, but wow, does he really look improved here tonight inside the octagon. Especially adding in all those leg kicks, Kenny.
Caleb looks like he's kind of just giving him sparring practice. He's kind of just in and out. He's not really going at him with any real intensity or focus to finish the fight. He's kind of walking away here. I'm not really sure what his game plan was for this fight.
Well, if this is sparring practice, Quarry needs to stop kicking him in the leg so hard.
Quarry's really being a jerk. He's going hard in that sparring session, I'll tell you that.
And again.
You can hear that slap, and he's landing that leg straight. It's like a baseball bat. You get hit with that thing on the leg enough times. Think Charlie Horse times 10.
Remember years ago, we talked about Pedro Hizzo's vicious leg kicks. Now modern day, a kid like Thiago Alves has some vicious leg kicks. And it is, as you said, like a baseball bat landing on your thigh. Final 10 seconds of the second round. fans not impressed with Canada's own Caleb Starnes, but they should be impressed with the performance of Nate Quarry. Time, of course, in the title fight back at UFC 56.
No shame in that loss to Rich Franklin. He's a completely different fighter since then. As you can see, you know, Quarry hasn't been sitting on the couch and eating potato chips since that fight. He's really got some great skills. The 185-pound division is kind of wide open right now. Everyone's trying to look and try to get to that #1 contender spot. Quarry sees that. You can see the hunger in his eyes. He's doing everything possible to take Caleb Starnes out of this fight. It's just tough to fight someone who doesn't want to fight.
Four minutes remains. Starnes is going to look for a home run hit, Kenny. At least he should. There's no way he's going to walk away with a decision.
It's his only chance at this point. He's starting to drop those hands down. His legs are taking a beating. He's tough. He's tough. I mean, he's taking some shots, but you'll see how he's kind of lifting up that leg now. He's not moving as quickly and with that sense of urgency that he did early on. He's planting that leg, and it could get worse for his leg when the kicks keep coming.
Yeah, it's like a stiff leg now instead of, you know, the bend in the knee. And again, Quarry, could this just simply be a case of the fact that, and I've heard you say before, Starnes just could never find his range and get comfortable tonight?
No doubt about it, and you know, he keeps backing up. You know, I don't know how you can really get too much offense if you're backing up like that. Quarry's really just picking him apart. You know, coming with just a variation of strikes, and you know, if Caleb keeps lowering his head like that, I think Quarry should go up to a tie clinch position, try to take him out with some knees going up right to the chin.
Very few can be offensive in a defensive position. Chuck Liddell's good at it, backing up and still being able to attack, as he did against Babalu. But Starnes not able to do any countering when he's in retreat mode.
Chuck Liddell's timing is a difference, though. He'll plant, get off at an angle, and make his opponent pay. Caleb is just kind of going backwards without really sitting on his punches, just kind of throwing out a couple jabs and continuously going backwards. A very different movement.
Thousands in attendance here tonight and watching all around the world. And a good showing put on by Nate Quarry.
Caleb Starnes just switched his stance. He just switched his stance. That lead leg is taking a beating. He's gone back to his old stance, but now he risks getting that leg beat up more. He did switch his stance, so obviously you can see it, the leg kicks are affecting him.
You know, it almost, again, it makes you wonder, is Caleb injured? Is he not injured badly, but not 100%? Is he ill? Because this doesn't look like the same Caleb Starnes that we saw against Belcher, Lieben, or even Okami when he lost in that fight.
You're right. I mean, I'm questioning whether you know, he was 100% for this fight. Was he injured? I'm not sure. If he's just trying to survive out there.
Great
and
point.
There it is. That knee almost came through. That's what Quarry needs to do, is get a hold of that head, slow him down, keep him in front of him, and just take him out from there, because the movement of Starnes is just really frustrating for Quarry right now.
Final 65 seconds.
Quarry's measuring. Caleb at this point has to know that he's down on the judges' cards. I mean, he needs to do something major, throw a big overhand right, something.
Look at the way that he moves now. Watch, focus in on the left lead leg. It's almost like he's moving with a limp, Kenny.
Absolutely. That's got to be hurting him at this point.
See that? See? You can get a good look at it.
He's not on the ball of his foot anymore. He's kind of stepping more flat now, and there it is again. That hurt him. That hurt him. Quarry's got to finish him right here.
30 seconds remains in the fight. Oh, wow. Nate Quarry.
I don't think we need to translate what that meant.
I know exactly what that meant. Can't come into the octagon and use the marathon technique.
I thought he was doing the running man, personally.
Well, that would be the marathon
Looks
technique.
like the running
That's
man.
running.
Yeah.
Get it? Marathon, you run, Kenny. I can go slower if you want.
Quarry
Joe Rogan would have got that.
Quarry!
Wow!
Interesting technique by Quarry. He's throwing hammer strikes. Quarry just obviously frustrated. What a performance by Quarry, though. He did everything possible to make that fight an exciting fight. Unbelievable. He's changed incredibly since his last fight, let alone the Ultimate Fighter.
Well, I think he told us the same thing that you told us. Not supposed to run or just be in a defensive mode, but Starnes was. And in all fairness to Caleb Starnes, very uncharacteristically he was.
There it is, Quarry once again with those vicious leg kicks. I mean, he brought it. Listen to the crowd. The Canadian crowd is cheering for this guy, and he deserves it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they love that, the running man. Now, see, now Starnes is ticked off. Now Starnes won't shake his hand. Nor is the corner of Caleb Starnes impressed. A little uncharacteristic of Nate Quarry, but comical nonetheless. But if there's something to be said by Starnes, he's 15 minutes too late. Nate Quarry, very religious, raised a Jehovah's Witness, did not play any sports until later in life. Lost his father a few years ago, but he has a great heart and showed some great skills here this evening. As undoubtedly we are about to have the official announcement from Bruce Buffer of a unanimous decision victory. The Montreal crowd reacting to the man who's on the big screen. Now it's Starnes with boos. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Doug Crosby scores the contest 30-26. Nelson Hamilton has it 30-27. And Pasquale Procopio scores it 30-24. For the winner, and Le Gagnant, Nathan Rock Quarry.